this episode of Coffee Chat. The 10 reasons why I decided to make the jump from Keller Williams to EXP. I'm 56 years old. I'm a father of 2 small children, now adults, married for 30 years, and I had been with Keller Williams for about 11 years. And in that process of being a realtor for them, I'm a high D personality, and I've always been like, okay, what are you doing with the 30% I'm giving you? And nobody ever really had an answer. They kind of always sidestepped. Well, it's for, color copies. It's for the office. It's for this. It's for that. And what I found is that the office was always empty. There was never anybody in there. Any good real estate agent is not in an office. Any good real estate agent is kind of like in your car. You're off going to do someplace, do something. I mean, I was around, long enough to see the transition between Radio Shack then turned into Circuit City, and Circuit City then turned into Best Buy. Radio Shack, Circuit City, Best Buy. I'd seen all the little mom and pop video stores, and then it was Blockbuster. Then I saw the little kiosks for Netflix, and then Netflix turning over to a regular movie channel. And I had been with Keller Williams at that point for about 11 years. And I knew real estate was going someplace. So this brings me to the first reason. The reason why I went to EXP would be it's a cloud-based brokerage. I don't know about you, but I was kind of tired. And this is kind of a pro and con. I was kind of tired of getting myself all dialed up, putting my hair up, taking a 5-minute shower and having to get myself dialed up. I drove 35 minutes to 40 minutes to get to an office. And I was a big advocate of lead generations, and you go in there into the workroom and you couldn't hear anything. Their technology on their computers were 4 years ago. Their computers, the printers were, adequate, but needless to say, I was hardly ever in there. So when I went to I needed to print something really quick. Usually it's we were working with Blackberries at the time, but usually you didn't have things saved on your phone as photos. I mean, they hadn't combined all that stuff into your cell phone. So I had to go in there and print out something. It took 45 minutes to print one page. You needed the whom represents whom to show a client that you're meeting in an hour, 45 minutes away, and you're in the office trying to print something so you can show them upon first meeting. So what I liked about EXP is that it was a cloud-based brokerage. You could do everything you needed to do from your phone, from your truck. There was no need to go into an office setting. If you needed something, like for instance, the other day I interviewed for a position at EXP Realty, and I literally in 5 minutes was sitting in front of the person on a virtual, almost like a gaming system, where I was looking at their avatar and I had my avatar. So that was the number one reason why I said, man, this is where real estate is progressing. I mean, you remember the days back when the internet was a brand new thing. I do. That was in the early 90s, the internet. What the hell was that? Or cell phones started coming in. We had the old flip phone. So I was really excited that the real estate brokerage was going cloud-based, and I no longer had to go into a physical office just to visit with the folks. So that's the number one reason. This number, second reason here is, and this is not for everybody. We as real estate agents have all been trained, for production. You get your license, you go out, you find your clients, and you list and sell houses. You help buyers buy those houses, and that was it. That's how you make your money. That's all they did. And most of the time, the brokerage wouldn't tell you the secrets of, getting and finding other ways of making money. And if you found them, they still wanted to get their cut. So When I first got into real estate, like the first 2 days, I had a company call me up and said, hey, would you mind doing a BPO? I didn't even know what the hell a BPO was, but now I do. After doing 12,000 BPOs, it's a broker price opinion. And the brokerage really did not encourage agents to go out and do that thing. It's not worth your time to go out and do an evaluation of a home for, at that point, was $150. So that's what I'm saying. So we were trained for production. That's all the brokerage wanted you to do, was to produce. And if you accidentally found any of these other things, they wanted their cut. Which brings me to, foresight, the day I wanted to retire. And again, this is not for everybody. Most agents, I would say 98% of the agents, are geared and trained for production. However, for a high D, like-minded person like myself, all of a sudden there comes in, hey, I've got John or Steve or Dave who's been beating me up about, hey, I want to become a real estate agent. Great. Well, you got to go get your license and all that stuff. And if you come to my brokerage, they're going to give me a gift certificate for a free lunch. They're never giving you anything more than when the agent first gets there. So that was another thing that kind of appealed to me. And again, this is not for everybody. Rev share is not for everybody. If you have no desire ever to recruit agents, if you'd rather poke your eye out with a dull spoon than recruit agents, that's okay. And you can see it inside the brokerages because there was usually one person. It was the office manager or team leader, as in KW, that their sole responsibility was recruiting other agents. So what do you do with that? I would simply say concentrate on what we've all been taught, and that is your production. However, if somebody comes to you in the future and says, man, I really want to be a realtor, why not bring them on board, and then you get paid a little bit every time they're paying into the company cap. So that brings us, and it's not for everybody, but that brings us to the next thing. The number 3 reason why, I'd like to retire one day. My number 3 reason why I went to EXP is, again, I wanted to retire one day. You know what they call a real estate agent retirement party? It's called a funeral. Most agents didn't retire, they just died. Now, you lived a good life, but if you know anything about heavy duty, all-in real estate agents, they're never at rest, ever, during the entire time of the career. They're always constantly writing contracts, reviewing contracts, running to show houses, going to the home inspections and doing all that. And at the end of the day, the broker says, man, I love you, thank you very much, but when you retire, here's a little going away party, and that's it. What do you do with your clientele? And the answer to that was, well, I'll sell my database to another real estate agent and they'll pay me. They'll pay me when they do transactions, but that gets kind of lost after about 6 months to a year of you not being there. That was my client, or I've already sold them a house. It just gets really convoluted. So the number 3 reason why I came over to EXP is that now all of a sudden the brokerage is publicly traded. They're offering you agent ownership in the form of stocks. And I thought, man, what a great idea that is. So not only do they give you free stocks, but every transaction I do with them, I put 20% in to buy other stocks, and I never even look at it. If you're anything like me, I set stuff, I pay for things, I pay for subscriptions, I pay for all this jazz. And then all of a sudden I look down 2 years, I'm like, man, I've been paying for cable for 2 years, I'm not even at the house. So the third reason was the stock rewards, the stocks that we got from EXP, and the actual being able to plan for some type of retirement where I don't have to constantly work. The fourth reason why I decided to come over to EXP, when I was with Keller Williams, before that I was with Long & Foster. Long & Foster, my split was 50-50. So if I went out and I got a $3 million deal and I sold it, the company got half of the $35,000 I would have made or more. They get 50%, and that's what you got. You got 50% of that. They had nothing to do with the deal. The only thing you had on your business card was their letterhead, but it was your interaction with your clients that had the $3 million deal. And that never changed. So then I went to Keller Williams because the splits were a little higher. 70-30, more like 64-36, because there was a couple of hidden costs there that they didn't tell me about. Now that's changed in the last few years. And because of EXP, a lot of the other brokerages' mindsets have changed. And so I came to EXP because not only is the split higher than everybody else, it was like 80-20, but then it also capped out at $16,000 a year. Whereas Keller Williams capped at $24,000. Now they've made changes since then. So it was really, and I can't tell you how many times I got to $23,999 at Keller Williams, and I went, but you didn't cap for the year. So then it resets. I really like the low overhead cost of being at EXP, and that's another thing that sold me. There were no hidden transactions fees or no royalty fees. If I do an admin fee, not everybody does an admin fee, but if I do an admin fee that's pop commission there, then I get to keep all that and pay towards the cap, and so it's 80-20. Now, if you're brand new agent, I will tell you that you have to, every brand new agent, no matter what the brokerage, you have to go through a mentoring service at some point, and the splits are different when you first get on here, but a lot of times that's 3 to 6 transactions. It just depends upon you. It depends on who's mentoring you, and it depends on the company. But 80-20 is the split. No hidden fees other than there's a broker review of like $25 and stuff like that. And this comes into, and I'm thinking off the top of my head, the amount of, so when I first got here, there was like 7,000 agents. There wasn't a lot of collaboration. Now there's 90,000 agents, and there is a shit ton of collaboration. Depending upon the group, see, I'm with the Wolf Pack. I'm the solo wolf, or the lone wolf, as it says in the background here. But there's collaboration. You don't have to go anywhere. Usually every group has different Zooms and trainings every week. So no matter what it is you want to learn about, if you want to be like the best open house person in the world, if you want to be like the best phone caller, a cold caller person in the world, there are groups here at EXP that have formed of all the same similar people. And guess what? They're not in the same market you are. So they're going to teach you or tell you about their little tips and tricks. I was in a group of guys in the morning that was, the sole purpose of that group was recruiting other agents. Now at this point, I'd rather focus on production and not recruiting agents. I think that's the bad way of going about here with EXP, is not focusing on production and focusing on recruiting. Let your production do the recruiting for you. Does that make sense? But anyway, I was still in a group of like-minded individuals, and we're all going the same direction. So that's one of the things I really, really loved about EXP. Wasn't so much when I first got here, but it's really, really come in as of 2025. It's really come into, the collaboration of all. And there's different groups. There's like Fast Forward, there's the Wolf Pack, there's Ninja, there's all kinds of groups, and free coaching and free training and just all this stuff that's there. It is your ripe fruit for the picking. So no matter what direction you go, you can't not bump into something you really want to do. So that's one of the other reasons why it was collaboration. So one of the other reasons why I came over the EXP, I think we're at 6 or 7 or 8. I can't keep track of the numbers, but it's just a cutting edge technology. I mean, where can you go? You can sit at your desk. You can, with a click of a mouse, be in front of your brokerage or in front of your broker. With a click of a mouse, you can be on a Zoom call with your trainer. With a click of a mouse, you can be in the world or in a database. With a click of a mouse, you can set up an automated email drip that goes to your clientele base. With a click of a mouse, you can go to somebody somewhere at EXP and ask about how do you plan your pie party in November. So the cutting edge technology allows us to be able to do that. And I know for a fact that with Cloudbase, they have sold that technology to the other brokerages. They've sold that technology, the platform, the virtual platform, they've sold that technology to colleges and anybody or any place that needs a place to gather in large mass quantities. They have, EXP has forged that ahead. What I like about the 9th thing I like about EXP, and what I like about real estate altogether, it has been the ability to allow you to make your own schedule. Now there's a pro and con to this. At a regular job, you have to go take attendance like you were in school, take attendance to your boss and physically show him that you are there. Unfortunately, with real estate, you are the boss. If you decide to pull the covers up over your head in the morning and not do your job, while it won't affect you today, it will certainly affect you tomorrow. If you stop doing the things you need to do on a daily basis, if you do not plan, if you do not make a plan, the plan is to fail. And I am all about that. When I stop doing the things I know that I need to do, all of a sudden the money doesn't come in, and the only person that I have to blame is myself. So what I like about EXP is it has the flexibility of working on my phone, working in my truck, going out and filming videos for my YouTube channel, doing my contract. Everything is encompassed right here in my office and in my studio. So that's what I love about EXP. And then finally, nowhere else on the planet, in any real estate company, has there ever been the ability to have healthcare. EXP does offer healthcare. It is good for basic necessities, but it's still there. When I was with Long & Foster, they did not offer healthcare. Even though I paid them 50% of all my deals, they did not offer healthcare. I had to go seek that for myself. They did not offer life insurance. They did not offer pet care. They did not offer dental. And that's the last thing I really like about EXP, is the fact that they offer healthcare and dental and all that, and eye care too. So, as you get older, you start to lose your hearing, you start to lose your eyesight, you get fat, there's blood pressure medication I got to take every month, and it's offered through EXP. And that's what I like about that. Again, I'm hoping you got value out of this video. Hit the like and subscribe button for this and all the other videos that I have posted here. And I'd like to say that, you're thinking about coming to EXP. I'd love to have that conversation with you. But if it's not me or my group, here, wherever, I wish you well. And let's have a conversation about what might look like if you decide to come to EXP. Love to have you. I've been a mentor here for several years. I do contract to close for many agents. And I just, in general, have really found my stride here at EXP. And I think if you give it a chance, if you give it a try, I think you're going to find the same thing. But at the end of the day, it's all up to you. This is a virtual, no boss, nobody's down your throat place to work, but it is a great place to work. And if you can hustle, I think you can make a lot here. Anyway, well, thank you for joining me in the video, and I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.